Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with the season finale of Love Match Atlanta, Season 1, Episode 8. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all come on in. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Shay and Lamont are talking about how Joesph lost his rabbit mind at her party. And also they pan over to the duo who was also talking about the scene that he made. So then we see Ming, and she's also discussing the incident with Paris and Joesph. Of course, she wants them to work it out because her and Paris are cool and whatnot. So Shay is explaining it to Lamont, and she's like, yeah, so allegedly he asked her to dance. Child, allegedly got us in a chokehold, don't it? We can't tell a story without it. Not allegedly he asked her to dance. It's okay to say he asked her to dance. Oh, Shay, you crazy. So everyone's story is coinciding, and basically he asked her to dance. He got mad and he stormed out when she was trying to get potential clients for this app that he has. Joesph acting like the queen that he calls everybody else. Child, that was silly to get mad about. What is wrong with you? So back over with Shay and Lamont, she's telling Lamont, and then he called me telling me that she went back to Charlotte crying, can't get out of bed, he can't eat, he can't sleep. Well, that's what he get. Like, stop embarrassing me in public. That's exactly what you get. Moving forward. In the next scene, Shay's client Shanta goes for a date with Ken. Okay, so she gets there. Immediately upon meeting the man, she's giving very much military, okay? Very pushy. She's handling him like he's her employee. Like, she just comes across as very masculine. It's giving very much masculine energy. So then they pan over to Shay meeting with Shanta again to hear about the date. So Shanta said the first impression of him was good, but he wasn't as tall as she liked, but everybody is taller than her, so that's cool. And she gave him her number, and she was like, listen, don't let it go past 3 days. And she's like, it's Thursday and he hasn't called. Probably because you gave him directives and almost damn near an ultimatum. If you don't call me within 3 days, then we ain't talking. You cannot do that. He probably hiding as well. That's what's probably going on. So Shay tells her that he said it was the worst date that he's ever been on. And she's like, well, why did he take my number? Shanta, you're too much. You're just too much. She was super pushy, and you weren't on a date. You were on an interview. She ain't ready to love, honey, because she's still very guarded. And I understand it, but you need to wait until you're ready and then go on your dates. So Shay tells her that he said that she was aggressive and basically drilling him to see if he measured up. So then she tells Shanta, listen, don't vet your dates. I'm vetting them. Okay, you need to trust me, be receptive of what I'm giving you, and allow me to coach you. So Shanta did promise that she was going to listen to Shay, especially since she paid her $5,000 and whatnot, and she was going to actually allow Shay to coach her. And Shanta is like a drill sergeant, honey. Any man would be intimidated by her. She going to have to get together or leave it alone. Moving forward. In the next scene, Joesph is meeting with a client for a photo shoot to update her profile, right? So Paris is, of course, MIA after he showed his tail, and he putting on a brave face, acting like he's unbothered when he really is. Talking about, I mean, it's great working without her. It's fine. Okay, Joesph. Joesph said, listen, I've had this business for 8 years, so the show must go on. So the production asked if he had spoken to Paris, and he was like, nah, we both agreed to just give each other space. So then they get the real story from Paris, and she was like, yeah, I wanted to break my foot off in his behind after how he treated me in that parking lot because I was embarrassed. So I told him I needed some space. Oh, okay, so now we get the real. And Joesph stay lying. Good thing he showed out before the proposal, though, because it ain't nothing worse than getting a ring and then having to give it back. Oh, child, it'd be a whole headache, honey. You be like, should I give it back? I got out here and gave mine back, honey, because I ain't want them knocking on my door in the middle of the night, okay? Please take your ring, honey. Take it on back down to the pawn shop you got it from. So Paris said, I upgraded him. I upgraded Joesph. When I met him, his revenue quadrupled. Well, honey, I don't know what he was making at first, but it don't look like he was doing nothing, so we shall see. In the next scene, the duo is meeting to talk about Love Pro University over a little lunch, and they plan to have this lunch party. So they're calling around to see if people have received their invitations. So as they're talking about the party, Tana is like, we doing all this, but I don't even know if Kelli is going to be here. Because Chris said he ain't coming to Atlanta. So I don't know what y'all going to do. So she's like, look, I don't know if it's going to be an Uno or a duo. Well, I don't know what card game it's going to be, but he definitely threw out a wild card in a Uno reverse. I'm just saying. So Tana is concerned about them not being in the same space, working on all these projects. I don't see how this is going to work for the long run if y'all are not going to be in the same city. Like, I feel like with this type of business, they both need to be in the same place. That's just how I feel about it, because I don't see how you can do it from different states unless you have a flagship office, which Tana would run, and then, you know, you have a Detroit office. Maybe you can do it like that. I don't know. So Kelli is asking Tana to just not put so much pressure on her. She's like, girl, this is a lot. You know what? And that has to be a lot for her, especially because she's torn between her work life and her personal life. And then Tana is her best friend. She doesn't want to let her down. And then Chris is her man, and she definitely don't want to let him down. So I don't know. So Kelli was like, listen, girl, life is lifing me. Okay, so just roll with me on life. Give me just a little bit of time. So then Tana gets super emotional because she thought her best friend would be there with her building and growing. And I understand. This reminds me of the one time when my best friend moved away in the 7th grade. Baby, y'all talking about heartbroken. Honey, I cried worse than any heartbreak that I've ever had. I was so sad. I understand, Tana. Me and you must never part. Maki da da. I understand. I understand, girl. I really understand. I feel like Tana knows that Kelli will choose Chris, and she feels like she's losing her. So I can understand her being upset, but it's going to be okay. You can tell she truly loves her friend, child. Oh, she loves her some Kelli, honey. Moving forward. In the next scene, Shanta is having a mock date with Lamont, because, baby, she needs some practice, okay? And he asked her what celebrity crush / date would she like to go on, and she said Taye Diggs. So he told her to pretend that he's Taye Diggs, and she's trying to get out of the friend zone. And so she definitely wasn't doing any good. And Lamont is coaching her on what to do while on the date. You got to be flirty, you know, listen to the guy and be open. Back over with Ming, she's at her office, and Tiana comes to take a look at the gown that they designed together. Remember, Tiana is a person that Ming matched, and now she's going from matched to matrimony. Ming matched her, and now she's picking this $30,000 dress up. Baby, let me tell y'all something. This dress does not give $30,000. Okay, so my aunt makes dresses. She makes all the prom dresses for the girls around the way. I'm talking about really good quality dresses. She could have made this dress for $10K easily. Honey, probably $5. $30,000 for this? I didn't like it. And it didn't flatter her beautiful figure. Child, Ming getting over on people. Anyway, so in the confessional, Ming was like, you know, my husband needs to understand how much I love what I do. And she said, listen, if I have to be my own client, I will. Ooh, baby, this must be deep. Because why are you ready to dip into your own database? Girl, let me find out. In the next scene, the duo sends Manushka on a second date with James. James was being real flirty. She told him she was a physician, and he was like, oh, okay, so if I want to kiss, I can just faint and you'll give me mouth to mouth? Ugh. See, this is why I'm single. I can't stand corny pickup lines and stuff like that. It just, honey, oh my goodness. So she was like, you ain't got to do all that. All you got to do is ask me. If you want a kiss, then you can get a kiss. 2 days later. So she meets with the duo, and they are asking her how it went. And she was like, he was talking about a whole bunch of financial stuff. I don't know if he was nervous. I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but I could not really get to know his character. But his beard was on point, and he was complimenting me a lot. So I think he really likes me. So they asked about how she liked him, and she said that, you know, she didn't connect to his character. So they read what he had to say. He said she was sweet and dynamic. Baby, if a man describes me as dynamic, it's an automatic dub. Honey, I have never been described as dynamic. I mean, I love the choice of words, but it's giving, I wasn't feeling it. Okay, I wasn't attracted to her. And that old wig y'all put on her. That's what dynamic was giving me. So anyway, he said she was sweet and dynamic, but they had no chemistry. Sir, Well, why were you asking her for mouth to mouth? See, this is what I'm saying. A man always trying to get physical on the slick no matter what. No matter if they like you, no matter if the chemistry is there or not. So you want to lay down on the floor and have a conniption fit to receive a kiss. But there was no chemistry? See, this is what men do, honey. They give you mixed signals. Sir, gone. So then they read Blake's feedback. Now, remember, Blake was the first date that was sitting there kind of like a mime, not saying absolutely anything. He said that she was really cool and he would definitely hang out again. Nah, Blake, you ain't fooling me. You heard that she was a doctor and now you want to hang out. And hang out sound like the friend zone to me. I'm just saying. Manushka is too sweet and too inviting for these men. Y'all need to go back to the drawing board. I don't like Blake and I don't like James. Honey, she needs somebody else and she deserves someone else. But I have to say, she was receptive to all the feedback. And, you know, if they get rid of that wig, she'd be in business. I wanted to see her in her natural beauty. Like, I really hope she does find a true connection because she seems like such a sweet lady. Even when James said there was no chemistry, she was like, that's okay. I was like, oh, because honey, me, I would have been like, no chemistry. Well, then why did he ask me for a kiss? Child, I would have got. Oh, child, they picked the right one. So then Tana brings up in the confessional that her and Kelli have taken over Atlanta. But she was like, you know what? I'm sad because my friend might be moving. Baby, Tana gonna say that every chance she get, ain't she? She gonna make sure that Kelli feels guilty for wanting to leave. Tana, let her figure it out. So then Kelli was like, well, I mean, we have to keep moving forward. Oh, girl, not moving forward. Speaking of that, moving forward. In the next scene, Ming gets a FaceTime from Paris, just venting about Joesph. Meanwhile, Joesph calls Shay, lying like he liked to do. And Shay tells him that she was getting texts from people outside of the party saying he was cussing and going off and breaking up with Paris in the parking lot. And Joesph is just a jerk, okay? He's a jerk. He lost control of himself and he lost control of Paris, honey, because that's what he's used to doing. He's used to her jumping when he says jump. And when she didn't jump, he got pissed and threw a fit. Back with Ming, Paris is saying how embarrassed she was, and Shay tells Joesph on her end that he needs to get some help for his anger. So then Joesph, of course, in the confessional, he's like, I didn't call her for that. I didn't call you to talk about my relationship. Well, then why did you call? Because immediately upon her answering the phone, you started talking about your relationship, unless that was edited. Boy, anyway, back over with Ming, she's encouraging Paris to make it work. Back over with Shay, honey, Shay is me. She was like, I wouldn't take you back. You embarrassed me out in the parking lot like that, but y'all toxic, so she probably gonna take you back. He was like, we're not toxic. Don't say that. Shay was like yelling and screaming in the parking lot. That ain't toxic. Baby, he hung right on up. When she said that, he hung that phone right on up. You can't take the heat, so get out the kitchen. It's the day of the duo's launch party, and everyone's mingling and whatnot. Shay shows up with her boo. Shay says she really loves being ba-da, boot up. I know that's right. Shout out to Ella May. I like that. They really do make a nice looking couple though, and she's happy, so that's all that matters. Then Ming arrives, and she's speaking to everyone, right? So Shay makes a comment that she isn't wearing black. She's like, oh yeah, she's not wearing black this time. So they flash back to all the times that Ming has worn black. She probably was in mourning about that marriage, honey, quiet as it's kept, child. A moment of silence. And we're back. Now, she is saying that because Ming always wears black, just like Lisa Ray always wears white, right? So then Ming gonna get nasty in her confessional and say, yes, I love black. It's very slimming. You need to wear black, a whole lot of black. Here they go, body shaming again. No, Shay is not a petite woman. She is not, but she's not fat. Ming is so tacky. Ming, you're too tacky to want to be so classy. You're in your sconces. Moving forward. So everyone's mingling and whatnot. So Tana is over there talking to Chris, and she's trying to convince him to move to Atlanta. Tana said, please don't take my partner friend. Please stay, child. So they usher everyone outside, and the duo does a toast and gives a speech about Love Pro University. And everyone is saying something nice. Here go Ming in her confessional. I mean, I just would not train my competition. I mean, I just don't understand it. Oh, okay. And you also don't understand the dynamics of making sure that now you can live a life and you don't have to always be involved in the everyday. If they start Love Pro University, they can train the instructors to then turn around and train the matchmakers that will go under them. That could potentially be for a fee. And they're also making money for each person that's registered for their school. It's called work-life balance. It's called me pivoting my business in order to do other things besides just sit around and matchmake all day long, honey. They ain't getting no younger. And I mean, don't you have Match to Matrimony? Why you hating on that business? Me get on my nerves, honey. She is not my person. Just point blank in the period. So after they get done with their speech, Chris grabs the mic to congratulate them and say how proud he is, and then he gets down on one knee to propose. The way that Tana was crying for Kelli, she truly loves her as a friend. Let me say this. I want a friend like that. Her reaction to them getting engaged, that really warmed my heart, honey. I was crying more about Tana crying than actually crying about her getting engaged. I was like, Tana really loves her friend. That really did make me smile. But Chris, you ain't slick, okay? You know she coming to Detroit now that she got that ring. And you ain't fooling me. Moving forward. So Tana was like, you know, me and Kelli had a plan to take over Atlanta. So Kelli said, yes, we did have a plan, but plans change. And baby, Kelli got that ring now, honey. Good luck. So everyone is congratulating her and whatnot, and baby Kelli is sweating. Do y'all hear me, honey? She's sweating, she crying, but it is Atlanta in the summertime, so I can understand. So then they show us 3 months later. So they pan over to Joesph. He's in a confessional. And they ask him if he and Paris are together. And he's like, no, we're not together right now. It was an amicable breakup. Boy, please. So then Paris said, oh no, he tried to shut me out of the business because I was angry and I wouldn't take him back. So Shay feels like he was foolish to even involve her in his business, and she's an opportunist. So Paris was like, I absolutely am an opportunist, and I'm proud to be one. I put my all into this business, and I won't be apologizing for that. Now I'm left with nothing. So then they asked Joesph, well, what's going to happen to the business now? He said, what's going to happen to the business? I mean, I am the business. See, this is how a person will do you. Always make sure you have your own. Not you quit your job and put all your eggs in his basket. Ma'am, you never do anything like that. I had to learn that the hard way. Never give all of you. Because now here he is like, oh, well, this is my business, so I don't know what she gonna do. Child, be your own man. They'll be back together next season. Let me go check Instagram. And that was the end of the season. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about the season. The duo is up in the air. They don't know if they're going to still be in Atlanta together, but they will still be a team. Shay is still helping us in the middle class. And Ming is still drinking out of sconces. Lamont is still being fabulous. And Joesph, well, he's Joesph. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.